Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back for another episode of Anbennar in EU4 as Zurkanrek. In previous episode we were mostly worrying about the reputation, plus also we were preparing for another war, so we've got a bit of claims over here, which if we declare war on Kanmud, we will also most likely bring in our former rival, which I'm not going to even try to pronounce that name. But anyway, so that would be two nations that would be fighting. They don't have that much troops, so we should be able to beat them quite easily. We're waiting for, well, I suppose there's three things. We're waiting for the fort to be done, we're waiting for a little bit more spy network to get a claim on the capital over here, and then we're waiting for the Miltech. Of course, we'll need to also ask for permission to declare the war, but that's most likely not going to cause too many issues. But I do want to start expanding a little bit down. Oh, the age of unraveling. Haha. Enables religious conflicts, but I think that's mostly... Oh, right, actually, how many points do we have at the Federation right now? We've got 16 points, so we don't necessarily need more points right now. So we'll hold off on that so we can save up a little bit points. And then let's have a look at the age of unraveling. So this was... Oh, right, we were saving up for the points for this. Oh, I can start a golden era already. Oh, wow. Now, that is a little bit tempting, actually. Let's see. Canora convert. Embrace the Corona Unraveling Fang as your state religion will have a Unraveling society lodged in a province. Hold in Alantir. Convert provinces, that's something that we've done. Create a colonial empire, that we don't have. Convert another nation, we've done that as well. Have a large city, which is development of 30 at least. Which we do have, and present on two continents. Now that is something we don't have yet. And I don't think we have... No, we can't take any of those. But, ooh, heavy and light ship cost. Now that would be quite nice. Mercenary. Prestige per development from missionary. Institutions spread in true fate promises. That could be quite handy. Or the powerful trade ships. That's really nice as well. Religious wars, minus 25% war cost versus other religions. Floating batteries, a blockade impact on siege +1. Or the edict for resistance to reformation. I don't think we need to worry about that one. We'll hardly... I don't think we'll be getting the reformation in here anyway. I think the ship or trade ships thing is really good. The institutional spread is really good. And the ship cost would be really nice as well. I mean, prestige conversions could be quite nice as well, but I think most of the area over here is already converted. So that's not really that big of an issue, really. But anyway, how much did we need the points for the mission then to get the... was it the same heart? Oh, wait, no, for art and poetry. We need to have 150 at... No. Oh, if we have an artist, we'd be able to get that cheaper. Now, do we have... Oh, no, we still got a lot of inflation, so I probably shouldn't be switching to... Well, we don't have an artist available anyway. So I guess that solves that issue then. So we need quite a bit of admin power to get that. I mean, 140 still. It's doable, but it will take a few moments. For sure. Also, we've been drilling the army here a little bit. We still only have 11% professionalism. I mean, we can have a look at the more exact value through here. So 11.4, so in about a year it's going to be 12% or something like that. So yeah, it's not massive, but it's pretty decent overall. But if we have a look at the, well, I mean, the growth is pretty decent overall. But if we have a look at the nations that we know of, we are actually got about 50% lead on the next one. So I'm not too worried about the professionalism being a problem. Also, in terms of army tradition, we're pretty high up there. Defensiveness also pretty high. Seizability not so much, or discipline, or even morale. I mean, in morale we're actually in top 5 at least, so that does help. But yeah, we got our 10 galleys over. Oh, right, we're no longer great power. All right then. Well, I mean, we kind of knew that that might happen. We are about to get another colony done, by the way, so that could be quite handy. We're losing a little bit of cash right now. Oh, right, we got the extra artillery regiment in here, and we got the castle done. Well, that's two of the things that we were waiting for. Now, the next thing is going to be getting the Miltech level 10 for the extra, or next tier of cavalry and artillery. And we can recall that diplomat probably now, so the Federation leader does kind of like us now. Don't think we can ally them, unfortunately. No. Oh, they're allied to a rival, or I'm allied to their rival. I'm not entirely... I must be allied to their rival, actually. Oh, yeah, I am. This big red one here. Alright then, well, we won't worry about that one. For the time being, anyway. Universal clothing distribution. The environment of the lakes is not kind to those who are ill-prepared to face the element. Humidity, rain, and insects all detract from the productivity of poor clothing laborers. While providing clothing may incur a small expense on the part of the Federation, the gains in both public morale and production should far outweigh it. Provinces producing cloth and wool will be improved. Ooh, okay. Now, we do actually have a cloth-producing province in here. I don't know if it's... No, it didn't increase the price there. I don't think it had any sort of impact on here either. Maybe increase the... You know, I don't think it increased production, unless it increased, like, a little bit development or something. I don't know what exactly it does. Ah, there we go. We can get the Miltech now. We'll be ahead of time for the next 11... Well, basically next 10 years, because we're already at December. So let's get those done, and then let's upgrade... I might go for the culverins, actually, to increase the damage that they can do. Just a little bit, and then the cavalry, we've got one option, so that doesn't really leave a lot to imagination. And there we go, now we're making a little bit of money again. The trade... Well, I suppose we want to get the text done soon. Oh, Anti-Piracy Act. A tiny amount of standing, I'll take that. What is actually outstanding right now? It is high standing. We probably need to get quite a bit higher in there to sort of win everything, but it'll be fine. So now we're making a slight or tiny bit of money. The inflation is dropping. We've got the tech, new coin. Ooh, we've got a relatively low Republic tradition already. I don't want to get another 2 points of inflation either, so I guess I'll just take that one. There might be a little bit of oh right. Let's go ahead and get the claim around here. So now we've got all the claims there that we needed. We'll probably keep the spy still going in there. But at this stage, can we? I don't think I can. No, I haven't asked for the war right yet. So I should do that. It's going to cost us potentially a little bit prestige. And it might... Actually, it doesn't say directly that it would reduce our standing, but I'm pretty sure that it will probably reduce our standing. There we go, we got the war right. So now we're going to do the war. Well, actually, before we do the war, we should probably stop drilling. Move the army a little bit closer. I suppose this one... I don't think there's too much in here. I'm just going to move it down south to help there with... I wonder if we got the naval supremacy for this war as well. Probably. So I'm not going to move this fleet quite yet, but we'll see once we're ready to declare the war in about 2 or 3 months. Once we get a little bit more of the tradition, or not tradition, morale back to the army. After all the harsh drilling that they've been going through. And I think what I might do is I'm not going to start a new colony until the war is done. So we can save up a little bit of cash that way. So now we could... Oh! We could get better galleys and all that. That sounds like a pretty good idea. And I believe we're still going to be ahead of time for 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. So extra trade efficiency and yearly corruption goes down. That's pretty good. We do actually need to go ahead and upgrade our fleets at some point. Because that one's still the very old light ships. And then these are the... Well, the first tier of ships, I believe, as well. So, upgrading this... Oh! Adventurers insult the clergy. Right, so adventurers lose loyalty, or clergy loses a little bit loyalty and influence. Adventurers would gain some... Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Oh, and I suppose... If I wanted to see some lands, I could summon the diet, get another mission. Does increase some of the influences, of course. Nobility wants to have a regimental camp in Zurkanrek. That would give us another manpower. We don't have necessarily the money for that right now. These want to colonize any province near in the Eternal Winter area. Oh, I believe that would be across the bay here. And then proposal of the mages. We just need to hire a advisor. I think I'm going to take the nobilities thing, even though we don't have the money for that quite yet. But then now that everyone's loyal, we can seize more land, and we are going to get above the 50%, which does increase the max absolutism and reform progress growth. So that means that we can get more of the reforms done sooner. To be fair, how many do we still... lack? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Okay. So getting more points would be actually quite beneficial. Fleet returns. We send this out. So we pride the priors, housing province with guaranteed safety, minus 25 crowns for that. But then we successfully acquired relics, so that pays the payment there, and then we gained another 170. So yeah, overall we did pretty good amount of money, and now we're going to start building the regimental camp over here. It is, well, it's got to take most of the money actually, but you know, it will increase the land force limit again a bit further. But I think now it's time for... Oh, they're not even going to call in their ally for this one. Alright then. Well, in that case, I wonder if I should put in the war goal on the capital. And that is what we're going to do. It's going to be a little bit expensive. But that also means that we can just have this one go back here and keep the rebellions in check. We can send out the fleet. Have a quick little combat there. Didn't capture any ship, unfortunately, but it'll be fine. They won't be able to get past this fort over there, most likely, so we're set on that part. And we're actually making pretty good money now. Artisans of the Federation. The beating heart of any advanced economy is the artisan class, those who give raw materials value by manufacturing beautiful and useful items out of them. The expanding middle class of our society has begun to demand an ever-growing number of manufactured goods. With careful investment, we can help our artisans meet this new demand, making them wealthier and more productive. Wine class, gems, dyes, and or silk will be improved. Alright then. I think it might give an extra development in there. Or something, but yeah, that is another province that is getting a little bit boosted then, I suppose. Right, so... do we need to be at peace for the art and poetry? Oh yeah, we do, okay. So we'll just wait until that one. So after this war, we can probably do that already. Let's double check the peace deal. So if we were to take all of it, that would be a potential coalition of 2 nations. It's not really that bad, and then we can probably get a bit of money as well. Not a lot, mind you, but if we could slowly start annexing some of these nations, I mean, it would potentially reduce the amount of benefits that we can get from being the defender of the faith, but I'm not necessarily going to go for that one quite yet, at least. But we can start to sort of consolidating these lands here. Oh, and now we could call in an ally for this. I don't think we need to. We got already twice the number of men on the front line here. Oh, and there we go, we sank another ship. Let's go and stack wipe this one. They actually got higher morale than I do. We've got a lot more troops, and pretty good quality troops at that. Just gonna drop a siege there, and then just stack wipe them. There we go, and we'll have this war done in no time. They are already fairly likely to accept a peace deal. We've got the war goal, we got the... well, we'll get the money. That's a lot of aggressive expansion, though. So we'll probably need to stay put for a little while, at least. But, ooh, actually... I'm going to start by getting the art and poetry thing. It reduces tax income for a little bit, but monthly splendor is going to increase for 5 years. So that's not too shabby. I think that is going to allow us to get a lot more money in the long run, and then we're going to start getting some of these cores going. So there we go. That is farmlands. So that would be a forest. Okay. We're going to fall losing a little bit of prestige, I reckon. And we're once again one of the great powers. So how close are we losing the... Well, actually, we're number 6 right now, so that's not too shabby. So we'll probably be able to get pretty high on the list here. I mean, maybe not Lorenz or Command on it like that quite yet, but overall, I think we're doing pretty fine there. And now we should probably send in the colonists somewhere. Was there... I know that there is a... Oh, that's the center of trade there. But I think what we're going to do is we're just going to start expanding this area that we have here, slowly but surely. Now we just need to wait for quite a bit of admin points to be regained. Oh, and let's send in this fleet back to home. Oh, sending a delegation. I still don't think we need to send a delegation right now, although I don't know if it has a bad impact on our standing. No, still high standing, alright. Destroy a lot of our fellow neighbors here, though. Oh, and we're still not elected as the leader. Oh! Oh, right, this was the siege that we left there. I was like, hold on a minute, why is this army here? Right, so let's just do a bit of rebel suppression with the army there, and this other army can do the rebel suppression over here in the east. Probably not at full speed, but it'll probably be fine. I'm going to save up a little bit of cash, actually, to start upgrading some of the fleets. Oh, and there we go, we got the mission down, so nobility is fairly happy again. We got another manpower in here, or military development in there, and then we are just, what, 2? No, it was about 2. Oh, we lost the statesman. And we lost the admiral. Okay, well, that's a bit unfortunate, but we don't necessarily need the admiral right now. Oh, right. If I remember correctly, the statesman level 2 was a requirement for something. Possibly a mission. Like, oh, hold on, I think it was, yeah, each one of these has a certain advisor that if you have a advisor of that kind, you'll get a little bit bonuses for it. Or rather, I think it reduces the... Ah, right. Oh, wait, no. Oh, because we're the quartermaster here, but we're not part of the sword faction, right. And over here, we just needed 300 Diplo points, although... Actually, this is a line that we do want to chase down, because the local banks will give us an extra yearly tax income. It's not a massive monthly income, like it would be just a half a ticket per month, but over time it will definitely give us a lot of money, although initially it's going to cost a lot, but over time you will get that back, and then later on over here we can potentially get the central bank, which will give us an extra ducat per month, plus a 10% national tax modifier, so that would be quite nice to get to. And then there's the lawful federation portion of that. So eventually we'll get the federation up and running, but... Oh, is this a united federation? Right, so that would unite the federation completely. Alright, so that's probably something that we need to start working towards, because that is kind of the goal of this here. Right, we didn't get any advisor here. Do we need the spy network? I mean, the display reputation itself would already be pretty valuable, so I'm just going to take that one for now. Right, so we've got potential still for a little bit of a revolution down here. It is 8,000 men, but it's not necessarily going to happen. It's only one province. The revolt risk over there is fairly small. So in about a few years, that probably won't be a problem. We can start coring another province there. That will definitely be quite nice. And I do wonder, though. Well, I suppose we don't... Oh. Steam steer. Oh, right. Now that would be quite valuable resource, that's for sure. What did we actually inherit here? Or conquer? So there's a bit of copper, grain, and wine. We've got some cattle over here in the previous conquest. Fish and copper. So we got a lot of copper in and around here because we know, I suppose it would probably be a bit easier to just have a look at the map mode. So yeah, copper, fish. We got a little bit of cloth and gems, salt, a lot of grain here. Copper, ivory, and you're asking for money. Suppose we may need to do that just to keep them somewhat happy for now. And then there's a lot of fur over here. There's even iron and copper over there, which is quite nice. And then over here it would be mostly fur and some livestock. A little bit of wool. I suppose one thing that we could do is I'm just gonna take the galleys out, and I'm going to start upgrading those. It's going to cost us a little bit, but that means that we don't have such a large amount of money constantly, so not everyone is going to be asking for the cash from us. And now we're going to start converting the province over there. It's a little bit expensive, admittedly. It's going to take 1.5 years to convert as well, but I'm sure that we can manage that. We've got a lot of diplomats not doing anything, so how about we start sending in... Oh, you're a bit unhappy here. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and build a bit of a spy network there then, shall we? So we maybe, if we could get the island over here, that'd be brilliant. Then, of course, our southeastern neighbor over here, or, well, I suppose we could say it's the southern neighbor over here. It was split into... It's something that we do want to conquer as well. They got one ally right now, which is that one. That is actually an ally of ours. Right, so we would have to fight our ally, but we could potentially get another ally in. And of course, one other thing that I could do is start increasing this army size a little bit. Slowly working up to the numbers that we want it to be. The Islanders Declaration. The idea of recognizing a civil national identity for all citizens of the Federation has been a long-term goal of the unification movement for some time now. With the creation of the Islanders Declaration, a document that recognizes the people of the island as a single united nation divided only by politics rather than by culture, the opportunity to lend institutional legitimacy to this notion has never been better. We must decide whether we will back the pro-unification tendencies in this matter or remember our unique ancestral roots from before we came to inhabit the islands. There would be a lot of points there, or we could gain a bit more unity there. That would get a bit more prestige, to be fair. And tolerance of heretics and heathens. More female advisor chance as well. Alright, I'm gonna take that. Oh, and we're down to 46% crown land because, right, we did conquer some lands. I mean, it's not too bad. And I still got pretty decent income as well. We might want to build a little bit more buildings soon, I reckon. Also, when the next election comes, which shouldn't be too far off, it's, well, next year. So, that will be something that we'll probably have to elect someone else now. Because the Republican tradition isn't looking all that strong right now for us. Ah, now we could finance the fight. That would cost us a bit of tax modifier for 10 years. But I do want to start on that one so we can get the local banks up and running so that we'll get a bit more money in the long run from there. Or sooner we do that, we'll get a bit further in that. And then we got another core over here. Treason against Zurkanrek. Ooh. That's for 10 years plus 8 unrest minus 25% manpower modifier. I'm sure we can get a little bit more professionalism. Certainly disrupted. Alright, well that's a little bit less prestige for us then. But I think we are still doing mostly fine. We are still number 7 on the Great Powers list. Right, we haven't really grown quite as much. I haven't been developing the lands all that much. I don't think we need to send in a delegation right now. We've still got a pretty good amount of influence overall. But we've got at least 2 nations over here that we could potentially start declaring war. Well, at some point we'll need to ask for another right to do war, of course, but... Actually, is there... I was going to double check that that is indeed the case. Yeah, we haven't got the war right now. And we can't ask for that. I think there's a potential for a... Oh yeah, it's going to be another 2 years before we can do that anyway. Right, I think we're going to get the artillery combat ability now. So that's plus 10% there, and it also gives us 5% discipline. Accommodation with natives in Lungagzama. Local settler increase and native assimilation. Alright. Okay, so it's over there. And tolerant. Oh, wow. And now it's a new election. Okay, so we are behind in tech in admin. So we're going to take the admin option. Oh, we're going to get some mill points as well. We don't really need the mill points too badly right now, although getting the tech done in due time would be quite nice. Oh, greedy. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. I guess we'll just have to live with that. So the trade fleet is another one that I want to upgrade sooner rather than later, but at the same time we also wanted to save up the cash for doing the local banks. Although I suppose we have the... How long does the setting up the banks... Okay, so that is going to last another 9 years, so I suppose we don't need to worry about that one. And I don't want to give up a lot of money right now. Everyone's just asking for money. At this stage, considering how strong we are, we don't really need even allies. Coalitions might be a problem, but beyond that, it's not too bad. Excellent vintage. Our wine expert believes that a recent vintage from one of our wine-producing areas of a superior quality, our people are happily drinking it. National unrest -1 for 2 years. Okay, so it's not a massive boost, but it is a boost. Oh, there we go, we got a conversion done as well. Well, in that case, if we can't get the next mission done anytime soon, I suppose we should perhaps still go through the process of turning this into a state. Should give us a bit more, or at least reduce the autonomy in there, which would be good in the long run. So since we can't really start another war quite yet, we'll just have to live with it. But yeah, 2 months, well now 1 month. And I think what we can do is we can bring in the trade fleet, upgrade that into a bit more updated ships. Which now is the time. I'm just going to bring that one in to our capital. Upgrade this. It's going to cost us basically all of our money. It'll be fine. And then, since we got the shipyard in here, the repair doesn't take too long either. Now, if need be, we're going to expand the infrastructure even further. I don't know if we need to, though. Perhaps not yet. We've still got at least one building in there, although we haven't got any of the manufactories here yet. And I think it is going to be the textile mill. That requires admin tech 11, which honestly is not too far off. We know that we've got pretty good production in here, so getting the textile mill there would be a massive boost for money. Now, how close? We're already at 50% in the repairs. That's good. Now 66. Right, so what else has been happening? Oh dear. Right, well that would explain why we can't have a lot of the other centaurs as a rival anymore. They've been united under one banner there. I believe there's still the ogres over here. Yeah, the ogres are still holding on to that area, but that's about it. And oh, Lankina is over there. Alright. Who is this? Oh, it's a tiny nation over there. Oh, and we found some iron over here. That's good. Let's actually have a look. Is there any chance of finding gold in here? A very, very, very tiny chance. Well, in that case, it's probably not going to happen. I suppose another thing that we could do right now is build another building once we got the cash for that, which is only a matter of a few months away. We got... Oh, actually, let's go ahead and disable the fort in our capital. Now, the other forts I want to keep active. Well, I suppose this one isn't needed anymore either, because we've got forts on either end there. Assuming that there's no massive rebellions or something like that, but I doubt that's going to happen. So that's going to save us a little bit more money, although it does kind of reduce the... Oh, okay. Sure, I guess you can go through my lands for that. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a bit of a claim over here. And then the other one, can we get a claim in anywhere here? Not yet. How much points do we need? 45, okay, so not going to happen quite yet. Oh, a new election, alright, well... At least we're not re-electing then, I suppose. We'll just get the... Oh, okay. This time it's admin and Diplo. Well, I mean, that's actually probably a bit better for us anyway. So we're going to get another idea group soon. We could go for some more military stuff right now, or we could try to get something from the economy ideas. Actually, technically speaking, the innovative ideas would be really nice for the tech cost reduction, institution, or the innovation and institution spread and all that. All the... Yeah, it does increase the institution spread, but also free policies would be quite nice. What is it going to... Okay, so there's trade efficiency with the trade ideas combination there, with quality infantry combat ability plus 15%, so that is actually quite strong. Another idea would be to take the economic ideas for the extra discipline, and trade efficiency and production efficiency over there. Which, to be fair, economic ideas is usually a fairly strong option. It might not be the strongest, but it is pretty good. Or we could go for the expansion ideas. That would be pretty good as well. Or we could take something from the military ideas, of course, like the naval ideas or offensive ideas. Technically speaking, plutocratic ideas wouldn't necessarily be bad either. Like the naval ideas for the extra galley combat ability would be really good. And naval barrage cost minus 100%. That is also... really, really strong for coastal areas. So we'll need to figure out a little bit on that, which one we're going to take. Still got some time, of course. But we are also out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.